Hello and welcome to today's episode of Scholarship Embassy Testimonies. In today's episode, we're having a sit-down interview with one of our mentees that just got an Erasmus Mundus Scholarship to study at Submicrotech in France. So we'll be having a sit-down interview with her, and she'll share her scholarship journey right till the visa stage. And we believe that the information will be very, very insightful to people who intend to apply for Erasmus Mundus Scholarship this year. Her name is Jenny. She's a Cameroonian. She's currently a student at the Kazan Aviation Institute, but she'll be leaving Kazan to France. And so you will hear from Jenny in a bit. See you. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Kelvin.
Yeah, welcome to this episode of Scholarship Embassy's Testimony. This episode is dedicated to you as it's going to detail your Erasmus Mundus Scholarship journey. So we believe your testimony will go to encourage somebody out there who wants to apply for Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, to boost their faith and to give them hope. So first, can you tell the audience who you are and just a brief background about you?
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. I am Jenny. As Kelvin said earlier, I'm a Cameroonian. Right now, I'm in Russia. I was studying in Kazan Aviation Institute. I was studying data science. But since my background in Cameroon for my bachelor's degree is industrial maintenance, it does not really tie to what I did. So it was somehow difficult for me. So we went in for a scholarship procedure where we applied for Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. And by the grace of God, I was granted a scholarship. And all this thanks to Scholarship Embassy, of which the big Kelvin is the ambassador. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you for the very warm introduction. So you said your background income was in industrial maintenance.
Yes,
and you said
industrial maintenance.
Data science, and okay, it was difficult for you.
Yes, it was really difficult for me.
I think the additional layer of complexity is added by the fact that your program, of course, is in Russian, and so that.
Yes, the courses were in Russian first. There's the language barrier. Then the background was not there to really cope. It's true, I was on scholarship too here in Kai, but it was not that. It was not that friendly. It was not going.
Okay, so by Kayesh, you mean the Kazan Aviation Institute. Okay, so what will you be studying in France?
I'll be studying robotics.
Okay, and what's interesting for you in this area?
Well, already from industrial maintenance going to robotics, they're quite close. Because industrial maintenance, you are maintaining machines, of which at the level of robotics, before doing the maintenance, like in French we talk about conception. I really forget how that's it in English, but you are building, programming before even thinking about maintaining. So before you even maintain a machine, you have to know how to. You should be able to come out with a machine.
Okay, I see. Okay, so you'll be studying at Submicrotech.
Yes, my first year will be in Submicrotech because the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship is a 2 years program for my masters. My first year will be in France, and then the second year will be in Sweden.
Yeah, so you will be meeting Frank.
Of course, I will be meeting Frank, with whom I was working all through.
Yeah, so Frank just finished the first year in University of Hovde in Sweden. Who also upload his own interview in a bit, and now he's also going to Submicrotech. So while he's having the second year at Submicrotech,
I'm having the first year. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I think you know some good French, and
everything will be
easy.
Just perfect.
That's great. Okay, so can you detail like how did you start the process? How did you get to know about this master's, this Erasmus program, EU4M, that you apply for? And what do you think will make your application to stand out?
Well, at the beginning, how did I get to know about the scholarship? Let's start from there. I'll just call him an elder brother, Ansley, who introduced me to Kelvin. And he wanted me, since he knew about my background in Cameroon and what I'm studying here, because he's the one who helped me to get a scholarship in Russia. He said now it's better for me to find something elsewhere, but still on scholarship. So I got in contact with Kelvin, we discussed, I sent him my documents, like my transcripts and certificates which he saw my results. He said, no, I have a good profile, so we can go in for a scholarship. At first, we were thinking about the Master's card. Was
Oh,
Master's
yeah,
card,
it was a
right?
Mastercard Foundation
Mastercard Foundation
at
Scholarship.
Arizona State University in the United States.
Yes, but for that one, I needed to have an English proficiency certificate, which I didn't. Well, I know English from background because I've been studying English, and it's not easy for one to have it here in Russia. So we left out that one and we went in for Erasmus Mundus Scholarship.
Then
He
for
introduced me then to Frank, who had the scholarship already. Like, since he was Frank's mentor, now Frank was the mentee, became my mentor too. So I had two mentors, but I was working mostly with Frank. So together he checked every step. Because the application was online. Every document that had to be sent, you had to consider consider the certificates, consider the transcripts, consider other certificates, like to have a good portfolio, not just school academically, but out of school. What do you know? What can you do? Online certifications. I did online certifications, which we added to the portfolio. Volunteering attestations too. Yes, so that's what built up my portfolio.
So for your overall portfolio, we had to get your attestations of volunteering of previous volunteer activities that you've done and we didn't help, so we had to request for them. And we also had to pay for online courses that you took.
Yes.
What kind of online courses did you take and how are they related to what you're going to study?
I took machine learning courses on machine learning, programming with Python. There was also this one. The name is running my mind.
But I do remember it has to do with something like embedded systems.
Embedded systems, yes, thank you. There was embedded systems too, yes.
Okay, so for other mentees who are going to areas related to robotics and mechatronics, often at times it's an area that myself I'm quite vested with. So we recommended take the robot operating system, ROS, take courses on software.
I was thinking about that, Ross, exactly.
Industrial automation and all of that. I was not at driver's seat of your application, so I cannot remember everything holistically, but that's great. So in addition to your bachelor's degree certificate and transcript, we got your
volunteering certificates.
We got your online certifications, which are not free. You paid
Of
for
course,
them.
we paid
They cost
for
a lot of
them.
money. And the program, did it require recommendation letters?
Of course, yes. I needed recommendation letters, and I even had issues with my recommendation letters because I needed to. I went to one of my how do we call them in English?
Jenny is not very French speaker, so that's okay.
There are some words that go off my mind in English. In fact, one of my lecturers who is a doctor, the first recommendation letter was okay, everything was good. Now I went to the second one. He was like, I don't like students who come to teachers just for their interests. I was in shock. Like, why? What will I come to you for if it's not like for any professional thing? Why should I get to you? So I went then to another lecturer who finally gave the recommendation letter. It's true that to have that second recommendation letter too, it took time, and we were getting close to the application deadline. The application deadline, I remember, was the January 15th, and by January, normally I was to get it by December, ending December, but we wasted time. When we called, he said, no, I'm in the village, I'll be coming back. Now, even to get that one signed, it was still another issue. But thanks to God, we finally got it, and I applied before January 15th. That's
So
for the recommendation letters.
Applying, it took time. You had to do an interview because part of the program will be in French, so they need to assess whether you know French or not. And naturally, you're a French speaker, so that went smoothly. So after the scholarship, and now you have to go for the visa.
Before we even get there, I remember I was told Erasmus is a very, very, very competitive scholarship.
Of course.
So as you're applying, just apply, you put in the hands of God, then forget about it.
Don't put
so I just, okay, I applied then. God, if I'm to have it, but I had hope deep in me. I knew that I'm going to have the scholarship because while in my room, there are some things that I could put in the room knowing that, like for someone who has to do 2 years in the dormitory room, I need to buy this. But I decided not to buy it because I was like, no, I will leave, so no need buying these things. So by the grace of God, I had the scholarship. Now coming to there were really struggles everywhere because even at the level of the visa, when everything was good to have the scholarship, like I was already granted a scholarship, I received the mail. I had to send my physical documents to
Yeah,
Spain.
yeah, that's where the consulting office
I
is for
had
the
to
Erasmus
send to
program.
Spain. So I had my documents here in Russia. I had to go to the university,
Retrieve
collect the
them,
documents, send to Cameroon
legalization.
for legalization. I had a friend who was to go to Cameroon, but she finally left without the documents because they took me 3 days to have the documents. Like you go to this office, they say they send you to another office. When you get to the office, like the final day she was to travel, they said they are not receiving on that day. They're working just online. I was like, oh. So I had to send it through a different means. So that was for the documents. After that, I needed to do there were some online procedures with the university. Now, apart from that, the visa demand for visa was another long procedure. Like I thought it would just be like maximum 2 weeks. I finished with it. You are given one link, you follow everything to the end. Now they tell you, no, you have to do this thing again. You have to do this.
Yeah, that's for France. It's quite complex
Yes,
because you go
it's
through
really
Campus France.
exactly, it was through Campus France. I had to submit all my documents online first before direct me to VFS Global.
In Kazan.
Here in Kazan, yes. Thanks to God it was in Kazan. So I went to VFS Global. I deposited my documents. The lady saw my visa and was like, your visa is to expire on the 31st of August. I said yes. And I deposited the documents on the 22nd of July. She says normally you are to have 3 months
In
again
advance.
in advance. I was like, okay. I applied for RVPO. It's
The temporary
temporary
residence
residence
for
for
students
students.
in Russia. Yeah.
So that period, it was either I give my documents for RVPO or I give the documents for the
University
visa.
embassy.
And if I gave the documents for RVPO, they would have kept my passport for like 3 months. I mean 3 weeks, 3 good weeks that they would have given me my passport.
So
So
the Russian immigration will have your passport to stick the residence on,
yes,
and your current visa is about to expire.
exactly.
And so you had a choice. Either you submit to the Russian immigration and it
Uh-huh.
takes 3 weeks, so possibly you'll be going to apply for the visa to France late August,
Exactly.
or
I
you
applied
give it
for
to
the
the
visa.
and you risk maybe you don't get the visa from France and your
Mm,
current visa expires.
exactly. So
Okay.
that's what happened.
So what did you do?
I said, okay, God has been seeing me through up to now. It's not now that He's going to leave me. So I said, Papa God, just take everything. As you have been taking from the beginning, I gave my passport for visa. And shockingly, because it's really shocking, I deposited on the 22nd of July. On the 24th, I received a mail that my documents were at
The
the
embassy.
embassy in Moscow. Now, on the 28th, that is 4 days later, I received a mail that they gave my passport already to the courier
Okay, to
because
dispatch back to Kazan.
yes, to me like already because
Oh,
it was just delivered. Yes,
so you didn't have to go to VSS
no,
to pick it up.
no, I was at work that day. I remember they were to give it to me the day before, like the previous day, on the 29th, because the next day he called me already. The courier called me to know if I was at the address, like in my dormitory. Since that's the address I gave. But unfortunately, I was not there. He said, okay, he'll come the next day at my work and give my passport. I said, okay. I was just like that. It's true, I knew deep in me that I had the
Yeah, but you
visa,
don't know. You
but
don't know whether
there was
this passport come
still
with or without a visa, and it
exactly.
was so fast. I
It
mean,
was
four
very,
days for
very
France is
fast.
crazy.
I had all kinds of questions in my head. Why is it this fast? Is it like everything is okay? Or they said, no, we reject this and send the passport very fast so that if she has to do
Yeah,
another
she can
demand,
do.
she'll do it very fast. So that was it. But by the grace of God,
No.
everything worked out for my good.
Okay, so in a few weeks you'll be in. What's the name of that city? Besançon.
Besançon in France, yes. In a
All
few
right.
weeks, I'll be in Besançon.
Okay, and Frank
And
will
the
be a resident.
thing is that I have to be in France by September 1st, latest September 1st. So the pressure was really, really high.
Yeah. So we're very grateful for that. But I think there's something we missed out from your profile. What GPA did you graduate with that bachelor's?
My GPA,
Either GPA or
the
average.
GPA had 3.52.
3.5.
on
Okay,
4.
yeah, that's somewhat
3.5
above
to on
average.
4.
And for somebody who wants to apply for Erasmus this year, irrespective of the program, what would be your main advice?
The very first thing, if you trust in God, we have one God, not to trust in that power. Don't joke, I beg, don't joke. Trust in Him first. Now, make sure you build your portfolio like very, very, very well. If you don't have a good portfolio, I really doubt if you can be chosen. But once you have a good portfolio, and in fact, just follow everything step by step. Take your time, do your online certifications if you have to do. If you have any attestation somewhere, like any activity you've done out of academics, make sure you get all the attestations. And generally, the languages, in fact, the main language, if I can say it like that, is English.
English.
English. So if you don't know English, if you don't have any document to prove that you know English, make sure you get
IELTS, TOEFL,
IELTS or
learn.
TOEFL, and make sure you learn the language, because you can get it, but if you don't master it, you still
Yeah,
be a
studies will be
problem.
difficult. Okay,
So that's it.
so we're about to wrap up the interview, and I would just like to contribute to what you've said. Soon it's going to be October. The application cycle for 2027 will commence, and so if you listen to Jenny, she had to get volunteer certificates. She had to take online courses, and these online courses were not at random because
No.
you're going to do robotics,
Uh-huh.
mechatronics. So of course you need to know machine learning, deep learning. You need to know about robot operating system, about embedded systems, about microcontrollers, about control theory and stuff. And we were very thoughtful in picking the online courses that you should take or the online certifications that we paid for. So if you want to apply for a scholarship, first, or repeat, we've said it over and over and over and over in the channel, get professional certifications from well recognized platforms or universities that match the program you want to go for. For example, let's say you want to take a master's program in AI, and let's say a bachelor's was in software engineering or computer science. You can take the machine learning specialization, the deep learning specialization, the PyTorch professional developer certificate, and just do that. Really augment your undergrad qualification and do some volunteering. It really helps. Take some leadership courses. It really, really helps. And put all of that together. Well, your GPA, there's nothing you can do about it, right? So, but if you have a good GPA, it helps. Then another thing too, you must have faith. Why? Because um, from what Frank said, there are about 25 students in the class, and for the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, 25 for the whole consortium. And they are potentially getting thousands of applications,
Wow.
especially from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Nigeria. Yeah,
And there are just 25 students in a
yeah, they
class.
take just 25. So if talking about GPA, out of the thousands, how many potentially have a first class? So you have to do your best, but it's not a do or die affair if you get it or not. But just make sure your application is completed. That's it from my end. And Jesse, I don't know if you have anything.
I forgot something. I forgot to point out something. For the Erasmus scholarship, you have either it's fully funded or partially funded. But what I got is
It's a full
fully
funding.
fully funding. Like,
So I think with that, when you go there, they will have to reimburse your travel cost in most cases. They state that they will
no,
reimburse.
they didn't state that one. They
Okay,
didn't.
but the stipend is pretty generous. So be a stipend value.
1,400 euros per
Imagine
month.
imagine you be in France in Besançon, maybe Paris, or
No,
Bordeaux.
just the little town there.
Yeah, so 500-600 euro will be enough. I mean, you're gonna be damn rich. All right, that's it for today, and we promised you guys a scholarship 101 course. It's the beginning of the scholarship cycle, and we hope we'll start rolling the videos pretty soon. We ask you to do one thing first. If you found this video inspiring, please do one thing: like, share to people who you think want to apply for Erasmus. This is potentially going to inspire somebody, and as well as increase their faith. Like, share, subscribe. And please, if you have a question, drop it in the comment. We'll also add our contact details in case you want to reach out to Scholarship Embassy. The email will be on the screen. You can just send us an email, yeah, and we can see what to do. We can do a profile assessment for you, and yeah, give you feedback on what you think of your profile. So, bye bye.
Bye bye.